Good morning guys, it's James from Advanced in Car. So today we are going to show you how to disassemble your wing mirror and fit a new dynamic sweeping indicator. So we're going to do step-by-step guide and then show you how to put it back together and show you the end result. And this is the great view that you get at night, and you'll be able to see once we've done the conversion, see what the difference it makes. Okay, so we're not going to bore you to death by showing you how to disassemble both wing mirrors. We're just going to be working on the one wing mirror, and I'm going to show you what tools you need, and also with the kit that we sell you, we also get a trim tool set in there for you to do the bits and pieces. The first bit is removing the glass on the wing mirror. I can't fold the wing mirror out because on this particular SQ5 it folds up. So if you break the glass, you're then going to have a bill, so you please be careful. You're going to just push the glass up to its fullest extent at the top, and then once the trim is underneath, you're just going to prise it out a little bit, but use also your fingers. So once you've done that, you can just hear it clip, unclip like so. If you put too much pressure on this, then you're going to break that glass. And remember, these are heated glass mirrors, and they are going to cost you 20 to 30 pounds. Okay, so you can see here, first thing we need to do is unclip the heated mirror section, and that's quite simple, but be very careful, thumb and forefinger on here, and give it a bit of a wiggle, because if you don't, these fixtures here are only glued onto the actual glass. So unclip those, and then just unclip the runners all the way down. Okay, like so. Now we're just going to get Tim to move the camera into a slightly different position, because what we need to do now is, unlike a lot of the mirrors in the VW Audi range, the whole of this section comes off. Normally it's just the top cap. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Again, be really careful, but this mirror is quite solid, so can take a little bit of a rough. Okay, so using the trim tool, you can go in along the bottom edge here. I have loosened this off just for the video purposes, because you've got the trim tool in here. This will sound like it's about to break. It sounds quite creaky because it is plastic on plastic. But if you're using both hands in your trim tool, you can actually grab hold of the whole frame, and we'll try and move the camera around to different angles, because after you've unclipped this bottom bit here, like so, this whole mirror comes off, and what you can do is you can unclip the surround from there. So I'll just show you that. It's this bit here. There's normally two separate parts, but it's all one piece on here. So you lift this over the top, and you've got the indicator built into the wing mirror cap, and all you do is put your trim tool down and unplug it. That's not normally happens, so you just unplug it from there like so, and then clip your wiring back in to the wing mirror. So now you've actually got the wing mirror itself, and you're now going to be removing this factory indicator strip. What you're going to need is a Torx T10 screwdriver. I have one handy in my back pocket, and all you're going to do is you're going to then pop the screwdriver into the only screw that's holding this on, and I'm just going to show you, hopefully the camera can see that. So once you've done the T10 like so, you can turn the wing mirror back round, and it's this bit that you're focusing on, because this bit here just slides in. Hopefully the camera's in the right angle. Just slides in. So what you can do is you can loosen it off, and as you loosen it off, this particular bit just slides out like so. So that's the bit you need to be careful of, because that's the bit that needs to go in, and you can just see the little hole there, and that's like a little tongue and groove bit there. It just pops in, little slider. Once you've taken that off, put that to one side. Now again, what we're going to do is we're going to put that back in, so exactly the same way as you took it out. So what I've done there is I've just made sure that this is the first part. Just pop that lip in there, and as that lip goes in, the rest of it should sit in nicely with the wing mirror. So I'm going to just turn it round, and what you're aiming to do is to then make sure that all the clips and bits and pieces sit nicely in the wing mirror. And once you've done that, you can then line up your hole. So I'll just do that now. So because these are aftermarket bits, they're not made by Audi, we've just got to make sure that all the little clips sit in and that sits nice and flush. Okay, sometimes just pulling it back out, pushing it back in, and you can feel it just lines up much nicer this time. So that goes in like so. Spin it back over, make sure your hole is realigned. Okay, so grab your T10 screwdriver. Normally I wouldn't be doing this in mid-air, it'd be on a workbench. So get the screw just to bite in there. So that shouldn't be too difficult to do, providing you've got it lined up. Okay, so screwdriver can go away because that's the only time that you need it. Now what we're going to do is we're then going to plug back in our mirror, because the kit that we send you will have the exact plugs. You can't plug them in the wrong way. It's got a horizontal and a vertical plug. So we're going to plug that in. So what we're going to do is I've just plugged it in like so. It's not difficult. You don't need to do any taping or crimping or soldering. It's plug and play. Plug and play is the whole point of this, is so that you at home can do this yourself with minimal amount of tools and expertise. Right, so that's plugged in. We're now going to spin the mirror back over. Okay, so we've just readjusted the camera, so a better view now of putting the cap back on. So as you slide the frame back over, what we're going to do is just pop the mirror heating wires back over the top of the frame like so. And as you can just feel, as it lowers back down onto its housing, don't worry about the creaking, it is perfectly normal, it's just plastic on plastic, but you can just feel that it starts to bed in. And you don't need to put too much pressure on, you don't need any particular tools, you just need to use your fingers and your thumb just to push down. And as you push down, you can feel all the way around that that trim has pushed back in and the clips have clipped in and making good. There's no screws to fix it in whatsoever. That's in, done, no problem. Indicator looks great from this side, and I'm ready to plug in the glass. Okay, so we're now at the stage where the wing mirror housing is back on, the plastic cap, and we're going to re-plug in the heating elements. Now, don't worry if you're panicking at this moment and thinking, well, how do I know which one is plus and minus? You don't. It's just creating a circuit. So we're going to push these on. Be very, very careful not to make contact with the door, because you're going to scratch it because it's glass. And then push these little spade terminals back on nice and firmly. Hopefully you can see. Now, you will see that we have to re-clip in these bits of cable. It's just a cable tidy. It's not essential, but you want to put it back as you found it. So just clip those back in with your thumb. And again, a little bit of extra room, and I'll just get my hand out the way and show you in a second. Get that fourth one in there. So all we're doing now is nice and neat, push these back in, make sure they're nice and firm, otherwise when you start your car in the morning it's not going to be demisting your mirror. Now these are really simple. To push these back in, you've got these locating fins, and these fins push in between these two metal copper blades. You might not be able to see them in the camera, but it's no big deal. It's really, really simple. Once you've lined those two up, the rest just push in together. So what you do is you put the glass in, push it in, and with your whole hand, like a spider, you're just pushing home. So a bit of a wiggle, like so. You'll hear a nice click, it's not putting any pressure on the glass, and then you can just make sure that it's fully pushed in. Now we're at the stage where we're going to show you your finished result, and all of your hard work is going to pay off, and of course then we're left to do the other side, but we're not going to show you on this video. It's pointless because it's exactly the same, dismantling and putting it back together. And now I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so after I've put the glass back on, just given the mirror a bit of a polish up, the plastics, and you can instantly see the difference between the factory ones, which are the clear flashing indicator on and off. We've now got quite a nice modern sporty smoked or tinted lens on there that's clear with no individual plastic segments. So it actually looks really discreet in there. So I'm going to lean into the car and press the hazard button, and now you'll see exactly what it looks like. Now that, to me, nice smooth fluid motion absolutely transforms this car, and even if you haven't got dynamic indicators at the front or the back, this is a really nice addition that you can do yourself. Okay, so if you've seen this video and you're after a set of these, please get in touch. They are available for the majority of the Audi range. We've got an Audi Q5 here and an Audi A6 and have fitted them. And they look fantastic and give you that real factory dynamic feel. So if you've got a car and want this done, get in touch with us and we'll see if we can supply for you.